hope that people get from the book is that when I was a kid, I feel like the narrative around what we needed to do for what the adults around me called the environment or nature, and what I think we should just call the living world, because that's what it is. We're not separate from it. It was always about sacrifice and about making ourselves smaller and about stopping doing all the bad things that we were doing. And I think early on in the book, when I was researching, I talked with a farmer named John Kempf who gave me some just advice that I think about all the time. And he said, it's much more powerful to be for something than against something. And I think that the environmental movement for decades has just been against things without offering a lot to be for. And one thing that I learned through talking with, indigenous knowledge keepers and scientists and farmers and so many other people for the book was sort of what we can be for. And there are so many ways that the land needs us and that the land does better with our presence, and that our interaction can be a positive force instead of a negative force. And I think that when we think about moving forward and the future that we want to create, it's much more powerful and compelling to think about what we should be doing than what we shouldn't be doing. And that's not to say that there aren't things that we need to stop doing. There are plenty of things that we need to stop doing, but we need something to move toward. And we need a vision that makes us want to move toward it. And I think that this work, instead of being about sacrifice and sort of being a bummer, basically, can actually be really exciting and joyful. And I hope that that's something that people take away from the book.
I adore that. I think even in how you framed that at the beginning of for so long this work has been about making ourselves as humans smaller, that there is not only is there a world where this work is about stepping into the wholeness of who we are as humans, but it's stepping into the wholeness of the living world, of this relationship, right? The back and forth, not just the obliteration and using up of these resources, but how can we expand collectively in community with one another and also with everything that is around us. And it is about growing larger, not getting smaller. And that is so inspiring and exciting to me to think about it in this way, that this work is really one of joy. Because I mean, anyone who's stepped out in nature recently and just, put feet in soil knows that feeling of joy and expansion that it can bring. Um,